today's video, I'm using these 4 main brushes. The first is a pointed crease brush. The second is a pointed pencil brush. The third is a narrow crease brush. And the fourth brush is a lid brush with a rounded top. Those are the 4 main brushes that I think are really essential for this look. I do also like to have a blending brush on hand. This is my angled blending brush that I love. And I think it's also helpful to have a flat liner brush, but you could use your pointed pencil brush instead. I'm going to be using 3 shades today. The first is a medium brown. The second will be a light gray. The third shade will be a beige that's just slightly lighter than my skin tone with a hint of shimmer. You could definitely recreate this with any of the palettes or shadows that you have at home. All right, let's get started. I always use an eyeshadow primer. This really helps the colors pop so that you end up actually using less eyeshadow. And then whenever it's blended in, I take a translucent powder and just dust a little bit over my lids so the eyeshadow applies and blends smoothly. There are 3 different eyeliners that I like for this. The first one is Julep in Bronze Shimmer. The second is Lord & Berry in Bronze. And then the third one is Beauty Pie in Molten Bronze. So today I'll use the Julep. I'm using a bronze shimmer eyeliner instead of a matte brown or black because the shimmer really catches the light nicely. It gives eyes a sparkle, and I'm trying to get this liner as close as I can to my lash line just so the liner is really subtle and doesn't take over the look of the eye. I do have hooded and downturned eyes, so I'll flick the liner up a little bit at that outer edge. Now I'm just taking a synthetic flat brush to smudge out that liner and shape it exactly where I want it before we get into eyeshadow. There are 2 key elements for this eyeshadow look that I want to share. First is to pick up the smallest amount of product possible. So I'm just doing 2 taps and then I'll go back in as needed and grab more. And then the second important thing is that instead of doing a windshield wiper motion, I'm going right into these swirls to blend everything out and get a really nice soft watercolor effect on the eyes. Now I'm grabbing my pointed pencil brush and I'm blending out that bottom liner. The reason using a pointed pencil brush is so important here is because I'm trying to get the shadow as close to my bottom lashes as possible. And then I'm grabbing a little bit more shadow and wedging that into the outer corner as well so that I just get that seamless blend. You can see how nicely this liner and shadow blends together. It gives that smoky effect without overwhelming the eyes. It's really soft, really pretty. And again, following the direction of my lower lash line, I'm popping a little shadow on to blend everything together. For my lid, I'm grabbing a little bit of eyeshadow that's 1 shade lighter than my skin tone with a satin effect. So grab whatever shade works for you. And initially when I applied this, it feels a little bit too light. It's definitely giving me those 90s pop singer girl band vibes, but once you blend it all out, it's just absolutely gorgeous, I think, on the lid. Very subtle and just beautiful for daytime. And now I'm cleaning off that same pointed pencil brush because I'm going to dip it into my gray shade. I love a gray that has a slightly purplish undertone. I'm following the lower lash line and just patting only 2 dabs of shadow on each side of my eye, and then pulling that with a clean, narrow crease brush now. There's no product on this crease brush. I'm blending out that shadow that we just placed down, and I'm blending it not only at my outer corner, but I'm also pulling it into my crease. I actually think I could have even put a little bit more into my crease here, but overall, it's still a very pretty effect. Now I'm curling my lashes and I'm going to add mascara. I've been experimenting with different tubing mascaras and I'm really liking this K-Beauty one. I will have everything linked underneath the video. For my lower lash line, I don't dip the wand back in the tube. I just use whatever's on the brush so it's a little bit softer. And these are the double tapped lashes from my Girl Get Glamorous lash line. I cut them in half because I'm just going to be using them for the outer edge. And I'm using the Callus lash glue. I like to put my false lashes down by the center of the lash first and then make sure that the front of the false lash meshes with my natural lashes, and then I'll blend that outer edge. And I just love how using only half a lash looks. I'm grabbing a little bit more gray now on that flat shader brush and blending my false lashes in with my natural lashes. I feel like this also softens the look of the false lash. And now I'm not curling the lashes, I'm just gently tapping the false lashes and my natural lashes together so that I get a really nice seamless lash look. And as always, I like to finish everything with the setting spray. This adds hours and hours and hours of wear. Here's the finished look. I absolutely love how nice and soft this is for daytime. Let me know what you think. Share this with a friend, hit like, all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.